you promote what you got, right?
Exactly. Like that's what I say. Like sometimes it's okay to get personal, right? Like sometimes we think that job interview is just like formal and okay, all these technical questions. But the thing is now is there's always be the cultural interview first. So it's okay to get personal on those interviews, right? And you can share more about your hobbies because again, like if a team full of like nature lovers, right? Like hiker, trekkers, or I don't know, like diver, very sporty. And then you come in, right? And you don't really play any sport. People will question that, oh, are you gonna fit in? And that is the fact.
Mm.
So it doesn't hurt for you to share, and it's also good for the candidate, right? Because at the end of the day, when you work remote, you don't connect to people in the same way that you connect people in the office, right? So sometimes it's always good to have some sort of like similar hobbies or interests so that, okay, you can get better, like, know or engage or connected to each other. So it doesn't hurt to share those. And it's good that for the candidate to know that, okay, is that the team that I want to be? Right?
Right.
A lot of people would be like, oh, I'm just in here, whatever it is. But at the same time, if you work full time, it's better to be in the place that you like a little, rather than, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's great that you say it, and I don't think we've been talking that much about that in earlier episodes. But this is very very true, and especially I've worked for several Danish companies and also different types of institutions, and it is very common in Scandinavia in general that if you go to a job interview, then maybe the beginning of the interview there'll be a bit of what did you do before, what kind of skills do you have, but then it's very common that at some point the recruiter is gonna basically just put down his or her notebook and then say, okay, let's talk about you. What kind of hobbies do you have? Who are you as a person? What do you do in your spare time? And because work culture, work environment, all that stuff is very important for Western employers, and it's becoming
Yeah.
increasingly important. So I think it's really great that you mentioned that people should literally, if they prepare for a job interview, I think especially with Scandinavian companies that I know well myself, they should literally, apart from preparing to talk about their skills, they should literally prepare to talk about themselves, like almost prepare a little casual presentation about who they are, and because they will almost certainly be, if not asked about it, then at least they'll be expected to mention something about themselves. So yeah, really, really a great point there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and put those things, just put it out there, like put on social media. That's the thing. When
yeah,
people look at it, people see you as a person, not just someone that, okay, like a Robert that gonna be like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, and I will complete the task for you. So people like I don't see people needing that anymore, right? Because again, they can get AI to do that, right?
exactly,
But
exactly.
it's the personal touch, it's the mindset, it's the perspective, right? If you want to get political, like be it, right? It's who you are.